show your face. Show your face, please, with sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, okay y'all, first and foremost, rest in peace to young Scooter. As y'all know, Scooter passed away not too long ago on his 39th birthday, and since his passing, it's been all types of theories surrounding his passing to the information that was provided. When everything first came out, it was said that young Scooter was shot and unalive by police, and then shortly after that story was put to bed, it would come out that allegedly Scooter lost his life due to jumping the fence. According to news reports, a lady called police on the house that Scooter was in, made false claims to police that a woman was being attacked, drugs was in the house, illegal firearms, and a child was at the location. The woman will also describe hearing a gunshot go off as well, causing police to get to the scene in a hurry. It said that when police got there, a man opened the door, noticed it was police, and hurried up and slammed the door as he proceeded to run. Police would pursue and realize that it was another man that was identified as young Scooter who ran through the back door as well, and he was chased by police officers while the other man decided to stop running and return back to the residence. According to APD, young Scooter jumped over one fence, but it was the next one that he tried to jump over where he would end up causing the injury to himself. Officers say by the time they caught up to young Scooter, he was on the floor bleeding out, suffering from an injury to his right leg. He was rushed to Grady Hospital, where he was later pronounced deceased. Close family members and friends would take to social media immediately after his passing, showing outrage towards police, as it was understood at first that Scooter was shot. One person in particular was his son, as he showed his frustration a few times, claiming police lied to him and their family about what truly happened. In one Instagram story post, he would say, quote, "I'm in back the police car, he gonna say, I'm the one who was chasing your dad. He really got away from us when he jumped them two fences, but we heard him yelling and he broken his leg. If he didn't break his leg, he would have been gone. Just told grandma like me and your son the same person, certain ish we just ain't going for. I know what they did to him. Just said this ish last night. She wake me up this morning and say you was right. Folks hurt my whole family, they gotta feel this ish." Now another person made an interesting point via Facebook, as a user would say, quote, "They can't find the lady. Did she shoot Scooter or the police?" Someone in the comments who claimed to live close to the location everything happened at will respond by saying, quote, "It's something to look into. I live up this way and it's supposed to start it from some kind of domestic dispute, then shots fired." Now keep in mind, this is the response from the people initially before it was said that Scooter jumped two fences and suffered a leg injury. And that is a good question. If Scooter was in fact shot, was he shot by a woman or did police shoot him? Now on top of all that, shortly after Scooter's passing, Young Thug would take to his Twitter account and make a statement saying that Scooter was shot. He would say, quote, "Autopsy came back, Street got shot." And his son would respond after and take to his IG story to say, quote, "Dead all that fence stuff. Folks cap. Tried to cover it up, 100 emoji." Now ironically, right after that news dropped by Thug, the same day the office of the Fulton County Medical Examiner will release an autopsy report on Scooter's cause of death. It stated that it was a penetrating injury of the right thigh, which was ruled an accident, and also stated that the injury was not due to a gunshot wound. Instead, Scooter injured himself on organic wooden fencing material and or woody debris after vaulting at least one fence. Now to be honest with you, from the outside looking in, it seems like everyone that's close to the situation is saying that Scooter was shot. And even though Scooter has been buried already, the conversation of what really happened to him is still going on. A widely known DJ from Atlanta by the name of Swamp Izzo, who actually is responsible for encouraging young Scooter to rap and also hosted his first mixtape, will speak on the situation during a new DJ Vlad interview. Izzo would state that he was at the hospital 30 minutes after Scooter got there when he was shot and spoke to his mother, who told him out her own mouth that young Scooter was shot. I'll leave a link to the actual interview pinned in the comments so y'all can watch it for yourselves and get a better understanding of what was said by Swamp Izzo. But briefly, Izzo said a few interesting things that'll make you side-eye the facts that we were told by the media. And to be honest with you, Swamp gives me the vibe that he knows more than what he was saying, but he's just not saying anything publicly or can't. I don't know, but that energy is what he was giving me, and it felt like he just doesn't want to go down that rabbit hole. But from what he's saying, the mother told him Scooter was in fact shot. Now, Izzo also said that when he arrived to the hospital, they were already taking his body to another location to be examined further, and they was holding his body there due to it being a weekend. He explained that his son was told by police that his leg was broke. However, Scooter's mother was saying something totally different because she was told by the doctors themselves that he was in fact shot. Vlad asked a good question when he said, why would the doctors lie to the mother and say that he was shot if he wasn't, and say something different than the police? Izzo didn't have an answer. He proceeded to shake his head as he proceeded to also say that Scooter's mother told him that when she saw Scooter's body, Scooter had a lot of blood in his chest area. Vlad went on to ask Swamp finally, what was the actual truth? Was Scooter shot, or did he suffer the leg injury which ultimately led to his passing? Swamp said according to him that it was due to the leg injury, basically like we were told. Now, to be honest with y'all, like I said before, it seemed more like Swamp just don't want to go down that rabbit hole, and the energy he was giving me was that he knew more than what he was telling. I don't see how or why doctors would say that he was shot, and later on it'll be said that it was a leg injury sustained by jumping over a fence. What reason would the doctors have to lie to tell his mother if that wasn't the truth? Why would the doctors lie? Just don't make sense. Like we've been saying when everything first happened, something don't sound right and we stand on it. This right here makes it even more suspicious, hearing that the doctors themselves told his mother firsthand that he was shot. Then suddenly the news changed. Then to make matters even more suspicious, his mother said he had a chest full of blood. Now, if he bled due to a leg injury in the main artery within his leg, why was his chest full of blood? I would think that it would more so be his legs, being that that's where he suffered the injury, right? I don't know, man. Maybe in the future we'll get more clarity as to what's going on. It's still a lot of unanswered questions, and it seemed like people closer to the situation is saying that he was shot and it wasn't no leg injury. We still haven't heard who was in the house with him. Like I told y'all before, I don't think young Scooter would run just because the cops is at his house without knowing why they're there in the first place, especially if he didn't have anything illegal on him or in the house. There was no reports of guns, drugs, or anything illegal. So what would make him run and jump fences at that if he didn't even have anything illegal? Doesn't make sense. I can't wait to see the body cam footage because at this point, that's the only thing that's going to bring a little more clarity and truth to the situation. Until then, y'all jump in the comments and let us know what y'all think about this. How do you feel about the doctor telling Scooter's mom that he was shot, but then told that he suffered a leg injury which led to his demise? Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. I'm out.